Hello friends, welcome to God Jesus Message, the place where God's Word comes alive and the teachings of Jesus guide your heart and life. I'm so glad you're here today. Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our messages. And feel free to like this video if you're ready to grow in faith and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. Friends, the moment you pressed play on this message, something already shifted, whether you realize it yet or not, because there are no coincidences when a soul is ready for change. And before we go any further, take a slow breath and let yourself settle into this moment, knowing that right after this opening line is where you can place your channel introduction and tell your audience where to join or subscribe or follow, because this message is designed to hold them, to keep them listening, to make them feel that what they're hearing was meant only for them. And now that you've arrived here, let the idea gently enter your mind that something big is about to change in your life. Something that has been preparing itself quietly behind the scenes. Something that heaven itself has been arranging. And the only reason you are hearing these words right now is because you were never meant to miss this sign. There are seasons in life where nothing seems to move, where days blur into each other, and hopes feel like they're sitting on a shelf collecting dust. But then there comes a moment when the air itself feels different, when you sense that invisible doors are beginning to unlock, when your heart starts to whisper that the story you've been living is about to turn a page. And that's exactly where you are now, at the edge of a shift so meaningful that ignoring it would feel like turning your back on your own destiny. Because sometimes heaven speaks not in thunder or lightning, but in timing, in feelings, in small nudges, in sudden awareness, in that quiet but powerful knowing that something greater is calling your name. You may have noticed signs lately, repeated numbers, unexpected meetings, dreams that felt more real than reality, thoughts that drop into your mind out of nowhere, or a deep restlessness that says, this is not all there is. And these are not random events. They are signals, gentle taps on the shoulder of your spirit, that your path is being redirected, upgraded, elevated, and the moment you start listening, truly listening, everything begins to line up in ways that feel almost magical, though it is simply divine order unfolding exactly on time. Close your eyes for just a moment as you listen, and imagine yourself standing at a doorway built just for you, carved with your name, glowing softly, waiting for your hand to touch the handle. And behind that door is the version of your life you once only dared to dream about. The version where your struggles finally make sense, where your pain becomes your power, where your waiting becomes your reward. And the reason this door hasn't opened before is because you weren't ready. But now, after everything you've been through, after every lesson, every disappointment, every delay, you have become strong enough, wise enough, awake enough to walk through. This message is not here to scare you, it's here to awaken you. You know that the heaviness you've been carrying, the uncertainty you've been feeling, the sense that something is ending or shifting, it's all part of a sacred rearranging. Because when something big is about to change, the old structures must loosen, the old patterns must break, the old version of you must be gently released. And that can feel uncomfortable, confusing, even lonely at times. But it is the exact sign that you are being prepared for something higher. Think about the way nature works. Before a seed breaks open, it must crack. Before a butterfly flies, it must dissolve inside a cocoon. Before a sunrise appears, the night grows darkest. And in the same way, your life has been in a quiet stage of transformation. Even if you didn't see it happening, even if you doubted it was real. And now the evidence is beginning to show. Because new opportunities, new ideas, new courage, new desires are stirring inside you. And they are not random, they are guidance. You were never meant to stay where you are. You were never meant to live small, hidden, doubting your worth or your potential. There is a version of you that heaven already sees. Confident, fulfilled, purposeful, peaceful, abundant. And the journey from where you are to where you're meant to be is beginning now. Not someday, not when everything is perfect, but in this very moment, by simply choosing to believe that this sign is real and that it is for you. Some people will scroll past messages like this without feeling a thing, and that's okay, because not every message is for every soul. But you stayed, you listened, you felt something stir inside you, and that is the proof that your spirit recognizes truth when it hears it, that your inner voice is louder than your doubts, and that deep down, you already know change is coming. You may have been praying for clarity, for direction, for relief, for a breakthrough, for an answer, and sometimes the answer doesn't arrive as a voice from the sky, but as a message like this, appearing at the exact moment you needed reassurance. You are seen, supported, and guided, even when you feel alone, even when you feel forgotten, even when you wonder if anything will ever change. Let this idea sink gently into your mind. The delay was not denial. The waiting was not punishment. The struggle was not pointless. Every step has been shaping you, strengthening you, preparing you to handle what's coming next. Because what's coming is bigger than what you've known before. And if it had arrived earlier, it would have overwhelmed you. But now, you are ready. Picture your future self standing in front of you, smiling with gratitude, saying thank you for not giving up. Because one day you will look back at this moment and realize it was the turning point, the quiet before the breakthrough, the last chapter of the old story before the new one began. And you'll understand that heaven was always working behind the scenes, even when you thought nothing was happening. From this moment on, pay attention to what feels right, what opens doors, what brings peace to your heart, what excites your soul, because these are the directions your life is meant to take. And as you follow them, step by step, you'll notice that the universe, God, heaven, divine energy, whatever name you choose, is leading you forward, begins to meet you halfway, aligning people, opportunities, and events in ways that feel too perfect to be coincidence. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be for the next chapter to unfold. And the fact that you are hearing this message right now is your confirmation, your green light, your sign from heaven that something big is about to change, and that you must not ignore the calling rising within you. Take another slow breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your mind become quiet for just a second, and feel the gentle certainty that your life is shifting in your favor. That what once felt impossible is becoming possible. That what once felt out of reach is moving closer. That what once felt lost is returning in a new and better form. This is only the beginning. The rest of this message will guide you deeper, will show you how to recognize the next signs, how to trust the process, how to walk confidently into the changes ahead. But for now, just know this. You are chosen for something greater. You are being guided, and your story is about to change in ways you can't yet fully imagine. And as these words settle into your heart, remember, this moment was not accidental. It was a divine appointment between you and your destiny. As you continue listening, feel how every word sinks a little deeper, how each sentence wraps around your awareness like a gentle current guiding you forward. Because now we move beyond the realization that change is coming and into the understanding of how to receive it, how to recognize it, how to say yes when the moment arrives. And the truth is, many people ask for transformation, but when it shows up, they hesitate, they doubt, they question whether they deserve it. And this is why heaven sends signs before the blessing arrives, to prepare your heart, to steady your mind, to remind you that what is meant for you will never pass you by. There will be moments ahead when you feel a sudden urge to do something different, to take a step you've never taken before, to walk away from something that no longer feels aligned, to speak your truth, to share your gifts, to claim space in the world that once felt out of reach. And when those moments come, remember this message. Remember that you were told in advance that something big was about to change. So instead of shrinking back into old comfort zones, you'll recognize the opportunity and step forward with quiet confidence. Even if your hands shake a little, even if your voice trembles, because courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move anyway. You might also notice that certain people naturally fall away from your life. Conversations that once interested you no longer do. Places you once enjoyed feel empty. And this is not loss. This is realignment. Because when your path shifts, everything that cannot travel with you simply fades into the background, making room for new connections, new friendships, new mentors, new supporters who resonate with the person you are becoming, not the person you used to be. Sometimes the biggest changes arrive quietly, disguised as small opportunities, subtle invitations, random ideas that spark in your mind. Overlook them if you're waiting for fireworks or dramatic announcements from the sky. But divine guidance is often gentle, whispering instead of shouting, nudging instead of pushing. And your job is not to force anything, but to stay aware, to stay open, to notice what repeatedly appears in your thoughts, what feels alive in your chest, what fills you with a sense of rightness, even if it doesn't yet make logical sense. There will be days when doubt returns, when you wonder if you imagined all of this, when impatience tries to convince you that nothing is happening. But growth does not always show itself above the surface, just like roots expanding in the soil before the plant breaks through. And in those moments, breathe, trust, and remember that delays are not denials. They are divine timing, aligning every detail so that when the change arrives, it fits perfectly, without chaos, without collapse, without regret. Imagine yourself months from now, looking back at this moment, remembering how uncertain things once felt, how unclear the path seemed, and smiling because everything unfolded more beautifully than you could have planned. Because what's ahead of you is not just external success or material gain, it's inner peace, self-trust, clarity, and the knowing that you are never alone in this journey, that unseen hands are guiding, protecting, arranging, and supporting you in ways you cannot always see but can always feel. And when that shift finally becomes visible in your life, when the opportunity arrives, when the breakthrough lands, when the door opens, you'll recognize it instantly, because it will feel natural, effortless, familiar, as though it was always meant to be yours. And in that moment, you'll understand why everything happened the way it did, why certain doors closed, why certain prayers seemed unanswered, why certain roads ended, because they were never your final destination. Plant a seed inside you that continues to grow long after the sound fades. A seed of faith, of readiness, of quiet certainty that your life is unfolding in the right direction, at the right pace, for the right reasons, and that the sign from heaven you were promised has already arrived through these words, through this moment, through the awareness now awakening in your heart. You do not need to chase your destiny. You simply need to walk toward it when it appears. You do not need to force your blessing. You only need to accept it when it arrives. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to fully become who you truly are. And as you return to your day, carry this knowing with you. Something big is about to change. Not because of luck, not because of coincidence, but because you were always meant for more. And the universe, heaven, God, divine intelligence is already clearing the way. This is your confirmation. This is your moment. And your next chapter begins now. Thank you so much, friends, for watching this video on God Jesus Message. I pray that the teachings of Jesus have touched your heart, given you hope, and inspired you to live in His love today. If you enjoyed this message, please like this video, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more Bible teachings, prayers, and inspirational messages. We'd also love to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, prayers, or what God has been teaching you lately.